All right, Shalom. First and foremost, Kwahala, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, Ba'ashem Kwadash. The one said, Apostles of Great Millstone, Shalom to the Yakim out there on the highways and byways, knows in this world abroad, all around the world, to the spirit and power of our Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. So, I want to get into this real quick, because these nations, the weak of these nations are now saying that they're strong. Now everybody, is obtaining, these thermonuclear missiles, ballistic missiles, these thermonuclear missile capabilities. And Pakistan, another country that was once weak, but now, they have long-range missile capability now. Now everybody's getting these missiles, And let me just get into it. This is dated, March 26, the eve of the Passover, 2021, So this is dated March 26th, 2021. So it says Pakistan successfully test fires Shiite 1A ballistic missile. And it reads, Pakistan on Friday conducted a successful flight test of a Shiite 1A surface-to-surface ballistic missile. A statement issued by the military's media wing said the test flight was aimed to validate various designs and technology and technical parameters of the weapon system, including advanced navigation system. The missile has a range of 900 kilometers, according to the Inter-Service Public Relations, the ISPR. The flight test was witnessed by Strategic Plan Division's directors, General Lieutenant Nadeem Zakai Mana, National Engineering and Scientific Commission, Chairman Director Razar Samar, Commander Army Strategic Forces, Commander Lieutenant Muhammad Ali, as well as the scientists and engineers of strategic organizations. The Strategic Plan Divide Chief congratulates scientists and engineers on the conduct of the successful tests. He appeared that the technical parades, dedication and commitment of scientists and engineers who contribute wholeheartedly in making the missile launch successful, the ISPR said. The President, Prime Minister, Joint Chief and Staff's committee chairman and service chiefs also congratulated the scientists and engineers who helped deliver the successful missile tests. So, eventually these nations are ready, they're preparing for war. They're preparing, for this thing. These nations, they're gearing up. They're test firing their missiles, their weapons. They got their missiles. Everything is in order. And everything, the Most High is strategically setting the board, so the board is already set, So now it's a matter of time on who makes what moves first, and we already know through prophecy that, these gutter rats, these so-called Jews, are going to be the ones that make that move, you know. So it's only a matter of time before, this whole thing just pops, and it's about to pop, it's ready to pop, just like that woman, when she's getting ready to bring forth that child, when that water busts, she's getting ready to pop. That child's getting ready to come. So just like these prophecies, these wars, it's getting ready to pop. So let me just jump into the scripture. So this is the book of, I'm going to start with the book of Joel, chapter 3, verse 2. And it reads, I will also gather all nations, and I will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat, and I will plead with them there for my people and for my inheritance Israel, whom they have scattered amongst the nations and parted my land, and that's what happened, the Most High, he's strategically setting this whole thing up. Yahweh Bashim Yahushai setting this whole thing up, to pretty much judge the nations. And how he's going to judge them, he's going to judge them by a way of, bringing them into that valley of Jehoshaphat when they're fighting each other, World War III, And ultimately, these thermonuclear missiles coming over here, to destroy America. So the Most High, he's raising these nations up. I'm gonna jump down to verse 9 now. It says, proclaim ye this amongst the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty men, and let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up and beat their plowshares into swords and their pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. You see, now the weak is saying they're strong now because they got that missile. They got their scientists. They got that missile now. These other nations, they got the missile now. So it's not just America and in the land of Israel that got the missile. So everything is on an even playing field. Nobody fears America no more. At the end of the day, nobody's scared of America no more. That's why these nations are talking shit. These nations are coming up, and talking shit about America now, disrespecting America, No, these nations don't respect America anymore. So, because why? Because they got that missile now. They got the missile, Now it's an even playing field. So, once upon a time, America was the fair nation on the planet, Nobody could fuck with America back in the 50s or 60s, But now, fast forward into 2021, nobody fears this place no more. This place has become the biggest laughing stock on the face of the planet, America. So nobody's afraid now. These other nations, they don't fear America anymore. They ready. They're testing their missiles. They're getting their weapons ready. So they're ready for war, And this is why you see Iran, talking all kind of shit about America. They crying for blood. They're showing off their weapons. They're showing off their missiles, what they got. They don't give a fuck. They don't give a shit no more. They was like, you want to come over here, just like their general, their general, Qasem Soleimani said, y'all, if y'all start a war with us, we're gonna end it. And he said that with fucking confidence. So these nations, they don't fear America, And not to mention, China backing them up too. And we said this too, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai from the head apostles on down. We said it, through the spirit that, these other nations such as China and Russia are going to back Iran. And you're seeing China, and Iran China and Russia back in Iran. So they got the support of, one of the two biggest superpowers in the world, Russia and China. So these nations, they don't fear America no more. They're not fearing. So let me read that again. Verse 10. Beat your proud shooks into swords and your puny hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I'm strong. Assemble yourself and come all ye heathens, and gather yourselves together round about thither. Cause the mighty ones to come down, O Lord. Let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, for there I would sit to judge all the heathen round about. Put ye into the shekel, for the harvest is ripe. Come get ye down, for the press is full. The fats overflow. For their wickedness is great. Multitudes and multitudes in the valley of decision, for the day of the Lord is near, and in the valley of decision. So the day of the Lord is here. And in the valley of decision. So this is all going to lead up into that Third World War. This is all going to lead up into that Third World War, and it's coming. And it's coming real fast. These nations, they're preparing, they're ready, and this is all prophecy, So now it's all an even playing field. Now these nations, that was once weak are strong now because they got that thermonuclear missile. They got the missile, and they're celebrating. They're happy, So now they don't fear. No nation on this planet fears America anymore. America is not that big bad bully that it once was, back in the 50s, So with that, all praises and glories to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, Ba'Shem Ruach Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone. Shalom to the Yakim out there on the highways and byways.